We are celebrating today the 7th annual Sustainable St. Paul Awards, and it just seems like we've been doing this for a lot longer when I think about all the great things that have been done over the years. So this is really an important thing, and I know that I'm going to thank her later on because she gave me all the list of people on the committee, but Ann Hunt has done a phenomenal job making sure that this is really an honor, an event that we celebrate. So to Ann, a special thank you for all the work that you've done, and I know that everyone here appreciates it as well. But the reason why we make such a big deal about this is not just to honor the hard work that all of you have done, but hopefully to inspire everyone who's the thousands of people watching this on TV although I'm sure it will be reported widely, all the great things that have been done, and we really do want to encourage other people to try and get this honor and to be part of making St. Paul very sustainable. So, we need to acknowledge the committee, and I know that many of the members are here, and as I call your name, I'm hoping that you will please stand so we can acknowledge your work. The first person is Kelly Dombrowski from Parks and Rec, a Green Corps member, waving because she's already standing, working, of course. Laura Esch, Public Works, Green Corps member, also working. Jim Giebel, Office of Financial Services. Chris Hagman, Public Works. Ann Hunt, Mayor Chris Coleman's office. Cy Cosell, Parks and Rec. Absent. Marcia Mormon, Council Research. She's getting prepared for later on's hearings, no doubt. Wes Saunders Pierce, Department of Safety and Inspections. And Pa Vang from Mayor Chris Coleman's office. And with that, we thank all the committee members, and I'll invite the mayor to preside over the ceremony. Mayor.
Thank you, Council President Lantry, members of the council. It is always good to be here. Really? Was that not sarcastic enough? Let me try that again. It's really good to be here. Thank you. No, I do enjoy coming back just to have an opportunity to just give thanks and praise to people that have done so much for the city of St. Paul. You know, outside of this and the Carl Knight Award, where we honor one of our city employees for the work that they do, not only on the job, but also in the community, we just don't take enough time to really thank all the people in the city of St. Paul that make such an incredible difference. And so this is the 7th year that we've been giving out the Sustainable St. Paul Awards. There have been amazing groups of people that have come before the award winners today, and I think there will be an amazing group of folks that will follow you. But I just want to say, as the mayor, thank you so much for all that you do to make St. Paul sustainable, to make it a better place for our families, for our children, and for our future. And so with that, let us get on with the awards business here today. The first Sustainable St. Paul Award is for green practices, honoring organizations that have developed innovative products or practices that reduce toxicity, prevent pollution, and lower environmental impact overall. This year, we're honoring Health Systems Cooperative Laundries. The Health Systems Cooperative Laundry services the laundry of the Twin Cities healthcare facilities. It is owned by its member hospitals and launderers more than 32 million pounds of linen for 19 hospitals and over 150 clinics. Since moving to its new location in St. Paul, Hospital Systems Cooperative Laundries has made significant upgrades that have resulted in impressive reductions to their environmental footprint. They have reduced water usage by 56%, or 41 million gallons per year. Converted to high efficiency fluorescent lighting, which saves approximately $25,000 to $30,000 a year. The facility also uses detergent and fabric softeners that are biodegradable and compatible with the EPA's design for the environmental program. In the last, there you go. I think that's it. Right. They flow right into each other. I was about to give a second award before we gave out the first one.
And it's my honor to tell you who the recipients are who are going to receive the award, but also I had the opportunity, I've toured this facility a couple times. It is amazing. I mean, when I just think about, I don't know if people sort of caught it, 41 million gallons of water. I mean, this is an incredible, incredible operation, and just does such a great thing. Plus, they're in the old Ham, so it's also a wonderful reuse of a historic building as well. So it's all good. So today, accepting the award are Larry Hilton, Barb Fordus, Mary Huber, and Mark Vestal. Mark apparently isn't here. Right. So congratulations to all of you. We have a practice.
Thank you.
Oh, huddle up. Oh, everyone should be paying attention to our routine now. So now we take a picture.
That won't quite work. Do you want to, you can get up there.
Climb over the railing.
We'll let you violate the zone.
It'll go much smoother.
You're the test ones.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that's right.
Thank you so much. Thank you. The second Sustainable St. Paul Award is for Natural Resources Conservation, honoring community groups or residents who replant, restore, and reclaim the urban environment into opportunities for the social and physical renewal. This year's winner is Kenel Tackett. Kenel serves as a volunteer crew leader with the St. Paul Parks and Recreation and the National Park Service. He also volunteers for the Mississippi National River and Recreation Area and the Mississippi River Fund. In the past 2.5 years, Kenel has dedicated 360 volunteer hours while also maintaining a full-time job and family responsibilities. He demonstrates a strong commitment toward natural resource conservation and volunteerism within St. Paul. And he also has a talent for getting others to share their passion for the environment through volunteering.
Kenel has made numerous contributions to various environmental organizations and has had an incredible impact on protecting our natural resources. He's a remarkable volunteer and role model for many young people in our city. We're very pleased to present the Sustainable St. Paul Award for Natural Resources Conservation to Kenel Tackett.
Our third Sustainable St. Paul Award is the Renewable Energy Award. This award acknowledges efforts to reduce energy consumption, energy costs, and greenhouse gas emissions by focusing on advancing renewable energy sources. This year, we're honoring Ramsey County and District Energy St. Paul Law Enforcement Center Solar Thermal Project. District Energy St. Paul worked with Ramsey County to reduce their environmental footprint, diversifying their energy supply, and increase the county's energy security. Last September, a new solar thermal installation was completed at the Law Enforcement Center. The solar system heats 40% of the center's hot water. That is another innovative solar thermal installation in District Energy's St. Paul's network. The project also features a local Minnesota manufacturer, Solar Skies, who is growing a clean, renewable energy manufacturing business. Congratulations, Ramsey County and District Energy St. Paul on the Law Enforcement Center Solar Thermal Project.
So I was so excited to help present the last award that I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Melvin Carter, I represent Ward 1 on the City Council. And when I heard about this award, you know, we get a chance to do these every year, these Sustainable City Awards. But when I heard that you guys had actually made a solar system, I thought that was pretty good. That's pretty amazing. That's pretty good. Right. We're really pleased to present this award to Ramsey County and District Energy St. Paul, to three people who are, none of you are strangers in this room at all. This is a really impressive solar system, although it's not the most impressive solar system I know of, and something we'd like to see all over the city. Accepting the award today on behalf of Ramsey County and District Energy are Ramsey County Commissioner Rafael Ortega, Ramsey County Commissioner Victoria Reinhardt, and Nina Axelson from District Energy St. Paul.
All right, trying to top that bad science joke will be Councilmember Dave Thune. Our fourth award this afternoon is the Energy Efficiency or Conservation Award. This award acknowledges efforts to reduce energy consumption, energy costs, and greenhouse gas emissions. This year, we're honoring Pure Foundry and Pattern Shop. Pure Foundry is a 124-year-old St. Paul iron metal casting firm right here in St. Paul, which is why it is a St. Paul iron metal casting firm. To reduce its energy costs and carbon footprint, the company installed a new energy-efficient furnace that reduces energy costs by $250,000 annually. To help finance the furnace, Pure Foundry took advantage of the St. Paul Port Authority's Trillium BTU energy efficiency loan. The company also received a $250,000 rebate from Xcel Energy for its installation. This furnace and the other energy efficiency efforts have helped the company become more competitive in the market.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Cut right there.
Well, we really are impressed with all the good things you've done to reduce your energy costs and your use, and we're also impressed that you've added 80 new jobs, 80 new employees to keep pace with the business growth. And we're, of course, very pleased to present the Energy and Efficiency or Conservation Award to Pure Foundry and Pattern Shop. And we've got Matt Grills, Nick Grills, Joe Krantz, and Mike Ween. So, congratulations.
Thank you.
Real quick, I'd just like to say thank you to Mayor Coleman and Dave. I'm Matt Grills, fourth generation founderman here, and like they said, our business is 124 years old, operating on the banks of the Mississippi River in St. Paul. So we feel very fortunate to be surrounded by everybody and have the support of everybody here, along with the St. Paul Port Authority and Xcel Energy with the Trillium BTU project, and again, all of the support from the council and everybody else. So we appreciate it very much. Thank you. Thank you very much.
The fifth award is the Commercial Waste Reduction, Recycling, or Composting, honoring programs or projects that contribute to the development of waste prevention, reduction, composting, or recycling, and related infrastructure for commercial businesses. This year, we're honoring the For Recycling on Grand, or the FROG group. FROG is a collaborative effort that has been working to reduce waste, increase recycling, and educate business owners, residents, and visitors to Grand Avenue. FROG's first initiative was to place 10 recycling containers provided by Ramsey County along Grand Avenue, and they added 3 more in 2012. Collection of recyclable materials has been a success with low contamination levels and over 4.5 cubic yards of recyclable items collected. FROG also partnered with Minnesota WasteWise to provide free of charge consulting services to businesses on reducing waste and improving recycling along Grand Avenue. We're happy to know that Grand Avenue Business Association has also recently secured a community power grant to further support recycling efforts during the Grand Old Day event.
Frogs, I love that name, Frog. You looked out of that.
Frogtown, they stole it.
Oh, really? Okay. Okay, our apologies to Frogtown. Anyway, Recycling Leadership is assisting the city evaluate, expand recycling opportunities throughout all of our neighborhoods. And thank you for all you've done for making Grand Avenue an environmental leader. We're pleased to present this award for recycling. And here to receive it are Jeff Roy and Val Stoker from the Summit Hill Association, Jenna is it Bowman or Bowman? She couldn't. Which is it though? Bowman. Take your pick. Grand Avenue Business Association, Lauren Anderson, Steve Matisick from the Mac Groveland Community Council, Chad Scally Tax Service. How are you doing?
Good.
Usually tax people are a little edgy right about now. Jill Curran and Sam Hansen from Minnesota WasteWise Foundation. Chris Hagman, St. Paul Public Works. Jean Buckley with Ramsey County can't join us today, but she contributed to the project as well. And so we have this cool award.
We'll have to squeeze it a little.
Yeah.
Maybe turn. Like,
Good job. This is a big deal.
The sixth award is Residential Waste Reduction, Recycling, or Composting, honoring programs or projects that contribute to the development of waste prevention, reduction, composting, or recycling and related infrastructure for residents. This year, we're honoring McAllister-Groveland Community Council's Organics Recycling Program. This Organics Recycling Program provides a drop-off site for neighborhood residents to bring compostable materials, which are then transported to a commercial composting facility. Between June 2012 and January 31st, 2013, the composting program has composted 26,640 pounds of organic material. Over 1,820 households have participated in composting workshops, and community volunteers and staff have conducted 27 home visits to help residents reduce waste. This spring, the program will bring finished compost material, valuable nutrient soil amendment, back into the neighborhood to complete the recycling loop. Did you know that?
I'm Chris Tolbert, and I represent Ward 3, which has most of McAllister-Groveland. And the McAllister-Groveland Community Council's Organics Recycling Program is a great example of community leadership and collaboration in residential waste reduction, recycling, and composting. We are very pleased to present this award to the McAllister-Groveland Community Council's Organics Recycling Program. And on a personal level, I have to say that I'm very honored that they let me be a part of the composting group. And it's important as we push to try and get composting throughout the city to show that it isn't that hard to do, and it is very beneficial. So I hope they'll continue doing this. But here to accept the awards are Lauren Anderson, Afton Martins, Joel Clemmer, Joanna Anderson, Sheila Sweeney, and Melanie Peterson-Zinger. So thank you.
Thank you. No. Hey, I'm just following the scripture. Seventh. The last one was sixth. We're good.
How many politicians does it take to count?
Just go down the line. It all works out. The seventh award is the Transportation Options Award, recognizing day-to-day or long-term efforts which are improving fleets, alternative fuels, car sharing, transit biking, etc. This year we're honoring Jukka Kukkonen. Jukka has been a tremendous advocate for electric vehicles and their benefits to the environment. In 2012, Jukka took the lead and organized the local Plug-in 2012 event at Como Park as part of the National Plug-in America Day. Over 150 attended the event, and 48 electronic vehicle owners shared with attendees their experience with switching to zero-pollutant electronic vehicle. Jukka is a former automotive engineer and trainer and shares his knowledge generously with the community.
We are very pleased to have been able to have a 2012 local plug-in event in St. Paul. I understand it was kind of like speed dating for people interested in electric vehicles. We are honored to give this award to a Highland Park resident, Jukka Kukkonen. Thank you, Jukka, for your leadership on this important clean air strategy.
We're throwing the focus off. Do we have a sketch artist in the house? All right. The 8th Sustainable St. Paul Award is the Institutional Green Building Design Award, honoring the design, development, construction, and renovation of an institutional building. This year, we're honoring the University of St. Thomas for their Anderson Student Center. In 2008, St. Thomas made a public declaration to commit to reducing its impact on the environment. The Anderson Student Center, which opened in January of 2012, reflects that commitment by the university. The Anderson Student Center was awarded the U.S. Green Building Council's LEED Gold certification. A few of the many highlights of this project include reducing the center's potable water use by an estimated 253,331 gallons per year, give or take a couple hundred thousand, reducing energy costs and use by 17%, diverting 88.6% or 23,312.8 tons of construction waste from landfill, and ensuring that 100% of the center's power is derived from wind sources. Today, St. Thomas is the largest purchaser of Xcel Energy's wind source program.
Good afternoon. I'm Russ Stark. I represent the 4th Ward in St. Paul. The Anderson Student Center is really a testament to the environmentally conscious steps that the University of St. Thomas has taken in building the new student center. The building is a great model for institutional green building design. And so we've got a lot of institutions in St. Paul, and they've set a really high bar. We're very pleased to present this award to the University of St. Thomas for their Anderson Student Center. Today, here accepting the award on behalf of the Student Center are Doug Hennis and Marianne Ryan from the University of St. Thomas, and Jeff Mertens and Jim Brummer from Opus.
Well, we'll figure it out. We're good. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Somebody's check your proclamations and make sure you got the right one. We don't want you going home with the wrong proclamation. Our 9th award is a Sustainable City Staff Award, recognizing a city employee or employees who have gone above and beyond their normal duties to make St. Paul more sustainable. This year, we're honoring the Public Works Department in the Hamlin Midway Pervious Alley project. The city is interested in developing innovative ways to treat stormwater runoff. Last year, Public Works Director Rich Lawler and his team committed to trying something new, a green alley in the alley behind the Hamlin Library. To do this project, a large amount of excavation was needed to be done to prepare the area for stormwater management. Underground pipes were installed to monitor and record any potential runoff from the alley. This project was possible through the leadership and funding from the Public Works Department.
It's been great to see the leadership of Public Works on this project. It's been a long time coming in terms of planning and thinking about where we could do a project like this, and we really appreciate all of their environmentally friendly work, in this case an alley behind the Hamlin Midway Library in Ward 4. So we're very pleased to present the Sustainable City Staff Award to the City Department of Public Works, and here to accept are Department Director Rich Lawler, Bruce Elder, and Dan Hawk.
Our 10th award is for environmental education and awareness, recognizing programs and concepts which develop skills and attitudes necessary to understand the interrelatedness among humans, culture, environment, and foster behavior change. This year's award goes to Great River School. Great River School became the first school in the city of St. Paul to join the Department of Natural Resources School Forest Program, and the St. Paul Como's Woodland Outdoor Classroom became their school forest. The school has shown exemplary commitment to improving sustainability by assisting at Como with a variety of natural resource tasks, such as planting, mulching, and removing of invasive species. The project also helps students to foster a sense of ownership, promote conservation ethics, increase school pride, and capture interest in the natural world. Every year on Earth Day, Great River School has over 200 students participating in natural resource management and park maintenance at Como Park.
I'm Amy Brenmo, council member representing the 5th Ward. We are happy to present the Environmental Education and Awareness Award to Great River School. Accepting the award today are Mrs. Tammy Lindberg, who is back there in the crowd hiding, and the very students whose hard work is contributing to our community. So thank you very much. You know who gets the honor?
You don't have to speak, but you at least have to introduce yourself.
I'm Chloe Peterson Nafziger, and I'm in 9th grade.
I'm Ella Pearson, and I'm in 9th grade.
I'm Gabe Delgado, and I'm in 11th grade.
And I'm Sarah Taco, and I'm also in 11th grade.
Our next Sustainable St. Paul Award is the Water Quality or Conservation Award. This award recognizes citizens, groups, or businesses which show outstanding commitment to responsible water management and conservation of our water resources. This year we're honoring the Como Lake Neighborhood Network. Como residents founded the Como Lake Neighborhood Network, or CLNN. Is there another way to pronounce that acronym? The CLNN. No. It's CLNN. It sounds like a news station. In 2009, to solve the problem of too much phosphorus flowing to Como Lake. Each fall, neighbors across the Como neighborhood worked together in mid-October to educate the community about water quality and take action by cleaning up leaves and debris in the curb line and storm drain areas. Fall 2012 was the largest and most successful Como curb cleanup to date. Nearly 200 Como residents participated and removed 11,727 pounds of organics from street gutters. This translates to an estimated 12 pounds of phosphorus prevented from Como Lake and an estimated 6,000 pounds of algae prevented.
It is great when community members take initiative to solve problems, and the Como Lake Neighbor Network has organized and activated the Como community to help preserve a St. Paul treasure. We are pleased to present this award to the Como Lake Neighbor Network. Today accepting the awards are Janet Haywood, Angie Seckler, and Mary Mikalski. Congratulations.
Our 12th award this afternoon is the Youth Leadership Award, recognizing the accomplishments of an individual student, school group, or youth club to enhance and protect our air, water, and natural environment. This year we're honoring Clara Stallman Rader. Clara has been volunteering at Combe Park Zoo and Conservatory as part of the Nature Walk program since 2010. Last year, Clara donated 112 volunteer hours to the Nature Walk program. She's also served as Como's Arctic Ambassador through Polar Bears International, renowned leadership camp program. She has participated in numerous speaking engagements, action programs, and scientific research to promote the need to reduce carbon emissions. Claire's enthusiasm for science and the living world is contagious.
I'm Dan Bodstrom, 6th Ward, and today we're really pleased that it's great to see young people and their passion for science and the living world. And we're really happy to present this award to Clara Stallman Rader. Clara, congratulations.
Thank you. The 13th Sustainable St. Paul Award presented today is the Commercial Green Building Design Award, honoring the design, development, construction, and renovation of a commercial green building. This year's award goes to Kendall's Ace Hardware. When searching for a second location to open another Kendall's hardware store, Kendall and Alexander Crosby chose to reuse an industrial site on the northeast corner of Payne Avenue and Phelan Boulevard. The construction of this location required cleanup of contaminated soil and removal of concrete slabs. The store's green elements include on-site rain gardens, native plantings, energy-efficient lighting fixtures, bicycle racks, high-efficiency heating and ventilation system, programmable thermostats, water-efficient fixtures, and more. Kendall's Ace Hardware is a great example of making green buildings a reality in a neighborhood-conscious manner.
And the mayor really quickly went over what went into this. These folks, they should also get an award for patience, because this was one long process that took a long time to accomplish, but they stuck with it and they've really put together a great program. Kendall's Ace Hardware is a great business and asset to our St. Paul community. It's one busy place, and we're so pleased that Kendall and Alexandria decided to expand their business in St. Paul. I'm honored to present the Commercial Green Building Design Award to Kendall's Ace Hardware. Here today are Kendall and Alexandra Crosby, Bob Lunning, Scott Wendy, and Lunning and Wendy Architects, and Ken Bruman from Copeland Construction, who put this all together. Congratulations. We just asked Kendall just to say, it's difficult because he's kind of like me, but this is an unusual person who took a real chance.
Well, I just got two things I wanted to say. I've been waiting a long time to say the second one, but the first one, these architects that helped us through, Scott over here, we wanted to build a hardware store. I didn't understand anything about green or water ponds or anything like that, and they took us by the hand all the way through. It's the second thing I just wanted to say, and I've been waiting a long, long time. We sometimes need some help to do a few things, and sometimes money is all it takes. I'm a pretty good business guy, and every single person from the city of St. Paul that we dealt with, the county, all the way up, they did their due diligence all the way through. They did what they're supposed to do. And if anyone can repeat one thing, our taxes and everything that we put towards it, it's doing exactly what it's supposed to do. So I just wanted to say thank you very much. I appreciate this.
And Mayor, if I just may for just one moment, earlier we had Chad Kelly, not Kelly, Skelly, come up here and get an award. I just wanted to say that it was a few years ago, actually quite a few years ago, that I worked with Chad's grandfather, Mr. Bill Skelly, who was about this tall and about that big around, and just one of the finest gentlemen I ever wanted to meet. So, Chad, I'm just glad to see you following in your grandfather's footsteps. He was a fine gentleman. Congratulations.
That's great. Thanks, Dan. When Kendall said everyone for the city did exactly what they were supposed to do, I thought he was going to say, damn them. No, thank you, Kendall, for those nice words. Our final award this year honors the extraordinary efforts of an individual who has helped lead St. Paul's efforts to protect and enhance our air, water, and natural landscape. This year, the City of St. Paul presents the Exceptional Environmental Steward Award to Peggy Lynch. Peggy Lynch has been acting to preserve and protect parkland and natural areas since the 1970s, when she first got her start with the Pig's Eye Coalition. Peggy's leadership efforts were instrumental in the formation and success of the Friends of the Parks and Trails of St. Paul and Ramsey County. She's advocated for many causes, and maybe too many of them to name here. Let's just say that we have more bike lanes, trees, and parks because of Peggy's effort. I just want to add on a personal note, Peggy has been a longtime friend of our families. She's a wonderful advocate for the city of St. Paul. Every time I drive my bike across that 35 bridge, that wouldn't have had a bike trail on it, but for the fact that this 80 pounds of dynamite over here fought like hell to make it happen. I am just so grateful on a personal level for everything that you've done for the city of St. Paul.
Thank you very much. And despite all of Ann's hard work about scripting everything, of course, we're going off script for Peggy. because, and it's sort of interesting, we passed a resolution, I don't know, does anyone pay attention to our consent agenda? If anybody would, it would probably be Peggy. Anyway, we already passed this resolution, and I am going to take the time to read it because it is just a small snippet of the work that Peggy has done. And the print on this resolution is so tiny that Ellen printed out the big version for me. And we still couldn't fit even close to all of Peggy's accomplishments on this. So, all right, so we have a resolution that we've already passed unanimously, so you can do anything you want now. Thanking Peggy Lynch for her many years of dedicated service in support of parks and trails in St. Paul and Ramsey County. Whereas Peggy Lynch's love for the great outdoors and recreational facilities began at an early age when her family moved to Minnesota and encouraged her participation in a wide range of outdoor activities, including skating and tobogganing in the winter and swimming in the local lakes in the summer. Whereas in the 1970s, Peggy's love of the outdoors developed into advocacy for them as she became a member of the Pig's Eye Coalition, a group that successfully prevented the Pig's Eye area from being turned into a barge fleeting and industrial zone, and backed the eventual designation of Pig's Eye as a scientific and natural area in Ward 7. Whereas in 1985, Peggy was instrumental in the formation of the Friends of the Parks and Trails of St. Paul and Ramsey County and has continued to serve as its executive director since its inception. Whereas under Peggy's leadership, the Friends of the Parks and Trails has played a key role in the development of parks policy for the city, leading the charge to establish the Parks Commissions in St. Paul and Ramsey County, pushing for the adoption of the No Net Loss of Parkland Charter Amendment, promoting a city ordinance setting up a process for the leasing of parklands and facilities, and facilitating the adoption of St. Paul's Parkland Dedication Ordinance. Whereas through Peggy's efforts, the annual Friends of the Parks and Trails tree sale has contributed to the planting of over 6,000 trees in St. Paul and Ramsey County parks and created stewards for the preservation of these important public resources. Whereas Peggy has played a vital role in the development of bicycle and pedestrian trails throughout St. Paul, leading efforts for the Gateway Trail connection to downtown, working with MnDOT to include a bicycle and pedestrian tunnel along the development of the 35E Bridge, assembling support for the inclusion of a bicycle and pedestrian crossing on the New Lafayette Bridge, and advocating for the inclusion of pedestrian and bicycle connections on all bridge and street construction projects. Whereas Peggy's dogged determination, understatement of the whole resolution, to fight for what is right for the environment and parkland, and her resolve to serve as the voice of citizen support to preserve our outdoor legacy have made her the go-to resource for city and county staff and elected officials. Whereas Peggy plans to retire in 2013, having served over 28 years as the executive director of the Friends of the Parks and Trails of St. Paul and Ramsey County. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the St. Paul City Council thanks Peggy Lynch for her many years of dedicated service and support of parks and trails in St. Paul and Ramsey County, and encourages all residents to continue her legacy of advocacy for the environment and open spaces.
Well, I want to thank the City Council and the Mayor and past City Councils and past mayors for working with Friends of the Parks to make the St. Paul Park System the best in the United States. Really, I thank all of you.
Well, I just want to thank all of our winners, all of our participants, and everybody that's here to celebrate the incredible work that all these folks are doing. One last shout out to Peggy and her incredible legacy that she leaves for future generations of St. Paulites who will enjoy all the work that she's done on behalf of our city. So thank you all, and join us for reception right outside. We'll celebrate a little bit more once the City Council is done with their business. Thank you.
You can get started without us, and we just have a little bit more work to do, and then we'll join you.
you.